For those who don't know me, my name is Keith Miles. I'm the Honorary President of the British Slovene Society, and they've asked me to make a short introduction. So first of all, thank you very much to everyone. Thank you for the beautiful playing by the quintet, and hopefully we'll hear a little bit more from them. What I won't do, other than two exceptions, is mention people by name, but to mention the organisations that have worked together in the spirit of friendship between Slovenia and the United Kingdom. That is, of course, my own organisation, the British Slovene Society. It is also the Nelson Society, obviously our friends in the Slovenian military, and we also have the British Embassy, who later on have kindly provided a small reception. So when it comes to that moment, head in that direction over there where you'll enjoy a small celebration. Also involved is the British Council, and we have the British military represented here as well. So thank you for everyone for this unique occasion, really. And perhaps just a couple of sentences. How did I find out about Nelson being here in Ljubljana? In 1800, so Janko Boštjančić tells me, it probably was a population of only about 25,000. It was a small city, but it had one great advantage. It was on the main road from the capital of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Vienna, and Trieste, the big port, the very important port and naval centre for Austria. So all the traffic came this way. This was the most sensible way when you were coming on horses or horses and carts. So Ljubljana was small but was well known. The other thing that I should mention is, how did I find out about it? As I said, I live in a small village in England, and the then chairman of the Nelson Society, a fellow called Nick Slope, sadly passed on now, but I was chatting to Nick, and like you do, maybe we were in the pub or somewhere, I can't remember, but he said, "Did you know Nelson was in Slovenia?" Really? I said, "Gosh, that's amazing." So he produced two booklets, and it was really nice to hear about it. And he actually came to the Slovene embassy in England on the anniversary of the day before the 200th anniversary of the Battle of Trafalgar. So that was a big compliment to Slovenia by him. He is quite a distinguished historian and archaeologist and broadcaster. Anyway, I thought about that and thought, well, why is there nothing? Why don't we know all about this in Slovenia? I mean, this is our national hero. Slovenia should take advantage of this and all the tourist benefit that's going to come from that. Anyway, the time went by, and eventually I spoke to another good friend, Ivan Tatic, to my right here. Ivan lived a number of years in England, so he understood the British history and mentality. And when I said, why if Nelson stayed at the only hostelry in Ljubljana, it must have been Slon. And you have some interest in this company. Why don't we have the plaque there? Ivan was very keen on this, and that's how we got here. That's how this steamrolled, and the Nelson Society said yes, they're quite happy to support this and provide the nice plaque that you'll see unveiled later on by the General and Her Excellency. So that's in brief how we got here. It took about 10 years, but that's how we got here. So as I say, I haven't mentioned people by name, but I felt I should mention Nick Slope and I should mention Ivan Tatic. On the program, We now go on to hear from Chris Brett, chairman of the Nelson Society, and I understand there might be some music after that. Then we will go on to Raglan Tribe. Raglan Tribe is a direct descendant of the Nelson family on the side of Lady Hamilton, Nelson's Lubitza, as you will all know about her. So he will say that, then be some more music, and then we will ask the General and the Ambassador to do the honours and unveil the plaque. So, Chris, where's Chris?
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Your Excellency, General Sherman, Mr. Yamnik, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Nelson Society is delighted to be here in the Hotel Slon to commemorate and celebrate Lord Nelson's visit here to the former hotel, Hotel Elephant, in 1800. As you've heard, Nelson was the hero and victor of the Battle of the Nile, fought 2 years earlier. The Admiralty was keen that Nelson return to England as soon as possible, but, as usual, Nelson had other ideas. He wanted to spend time with Lady Hamilton, and so he opted to return to England overland. Now, I was going to bore you with more details of the overland journey, but you have the most excellent exhibition prepared by Yanko over here, and I think you'll find all the information you want on those boards, so I'd encourage you to have a look at that as soon as you can. Well, thank goodness Lord Nelson and Emma decided to return overland to England, because it's given the Society the opportunity to visit this wonderful country and this wonderful city, the delightful Ljubljana, where we've been made most welcome. The main aim of the Nelson Society is to raise public awareness of the life and times of Admiral Nelson and his Navy. So we're most pleased to be able to provide the plaque that commemorates Lord Nelson's visit to Ljubljana. We hope that plaque will be a source of interest and inspiration to visitors for years to come. We'd like to thank you all for honouring us with your presence today, and I would like to extend my personal thanks to Keith Myers of the British Slovene Society, and if I might say to Sue Morris of the Nelson Society for facilitating today's event. So thank you very much for attending. I hope you enjoy the afternoon. Hvala lepa.
So some music. Well, for the English guest, that tune is called Slovenia. It's a sort of love song to Slovenia, so quite appropriate. Now, Raglan tribe, descendant of Nelson, would like to say a few words.
Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honour to address you today to celebrate Admiral Lord Nelson's visit to Slovenia. Now, I want to take you back 223 years to this very establishment. So Hotel Elephant was splashed across the front as Nelson and his party arrived. Now, there are three sides to this intriguing story. In the first side, we have Nelson, who wasn't just a hero, he was a naval legend. He had just thwarted Napoleon's eastern ambitions by sinking the French fleet at the Battle of Nile. Nelson's body was literally broken. He lost the use of his eye at Calvi due to grit thrown up by cannon fire. His arm had to be amputated at Tenerife because his elbow had been smashed by a musket ball. At the Battle of Nile, his forehead had been opened up in the heat of battle. Understandably, he went to Naples to convalesce in the care of Emma Hamilton. And of course, he fell head over heels in love. The British Navy, fearing a scandal, called him back to duty. However, he evaded these calls, claiming to be too ill. Eventually, he agreed, but decided to return the long way round through Slovenia with Emma. For Nelson, this journey was a lovesick holiday, and he enjoyed the attention all the way. Then in the second side, we have Emma Hamilton's rise and fall. She came from an extremely poor background, daughter of an illiterate blacksmith. She had worked from the age of 9. Eventually, because of her good looks, she became a model for artists like George Romney. Pictures of her hung in many palaces across Europe. By 26, she was Lady Hamilton, having married the British ambassador to Naples. She was bright, fluent in French and Italian, an expert in art and antiquities. She was a close confidant to Queen Maria Carolina, and even spied for the British, informing them of the movements of King Ferdinand's brother, who was aligned, the King of Spain, who was aligned to Napoleon. What a meteoric rise in a time when people were expected to know their place. But she paid a very high price for her affair with Nelson. Whereas Nelson died a few years later in a blaze of glory at Trafalgar, for Emma, she sank into oblivion. You see, after Nelson's death, she inherited his debts from renovations on their house in Merton, but Nelson's wealth went to his brother. She died in poverty in Calais in 1815. And then in the third side, we have a little ray of hope. Horatia Nelson, who was their daughter and Nelson's only child, possibly conceived in this very hotel. She is my great-great-great-grandmother. Her life started tough. 2 stints in debtor's prison, and then nursing her mother at the age of 12 as she was sick in the gutters of Calais. After Emma's death, she was rescued from Calais by the British consulate, Sir Henry Cadogan. She was then raised very happily by Nelson's sisters, Kitty and Susanna. She married a Norfolk vicar, Philip Ward. She had 10 children and lived to the ripe old age of 81. And so, although the scandal finished Emma, for me, it was lucky. Had it not been for their union, I wouldn't be here today. And if it hadn't been for Nelson, we would probably all be speaking French. So as we stand here in Hotel Slon, it's fascinating to think of these intertwined lives, shattered by love, duty, ambition, and destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, I am extremely grateful to everyone who has contributed to the unveiling of this plaque. Keith Miles, the British Slovene Society, the Nelson Society, the British Embassy, the hotel, and of course our Slovenian hosts. Thank you. Hvala vam.
Just an impromptu comment. It was very nice to hear some Beatles music, and much better than my suggestion, which was Barčica po morju plava, which is a Slovene folk song for the English people, means the bark is sailing across the sea. This was much better, thank you very much. So may I now ask the General and the Ambassador to please do the honours. Could I ask the Ambassador and the General to say a few words?
Yeah, here or there, whatever.
Here, come here.
Thank you. So, Mrs. Ambassador, distinguished guests, I think there is no military officer, especially Navy, who doesn't know Admiral Nelson, right? So we know him by his battles in the history. We know him by his doctrines and tactics of wartime, of war fighting of that time. And of course, we also know him by some other things like a direct leadership. So we learn, I think most of us, this in some schools, military schools. So such event as this today also means something else. It means enhancing mutual cooperation, understanding, partnership and alliance between UK and Slovenia. So Slovenian Armed Forces is really honored that we can participate in this event. And I think it's one of the, let's say, steps ahead for future cooperation. And thank you very much. And I think that this Admiral Nelson's legacy will inspire all of us in the future. So thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm conscious at this moment I am the only thing holding you away from our reception and our drinks, but I just have a couple of things to say. A couple of thank yous, really. First of all, I wanted to thank all the organisers of today. And in that, I also bracket you, Keith. You have been indefatigable in making this happen, you and Slava. I want to thank you, Gregor, for hosting the plaque and for keeping it for posterity here and for people to come and see. And thank you to everyone that has pulled together today and made it such an excellent event. I love the fact that we also have the exhibition here that we can go and see, so thank you, Janko. A second set of thank yous. I want to say thank you to all the Slovene military representatives here. You touched on this, Brigadier General, when you talked about the defence relationship between our two countries. As ambassador here, I represent the UK and our links with Slovenia across the range, whether it's on science, whether it's on trade, whether it's political, but defence is at the core of that relationship. It is wonderful to have you here today. It is wonderful to have you here also, Martin, as the chair of the Defence Committee. The band, who have been absolutely glorious. Can we give them a round of applause? For me, you summed up the friendship between our countries in the different songs that you played. And that is my last set of thanks to the Nelson Society and to you, Ragnar. I was slightly... There were hairs on the back of my neck when you were talking about this, because this is a story about Nelson and his leadership, but it's also a story about love. And what could be more appropriate than here in the only country with love in its name, that you are celebrating friendship between our countries and a wonderful, wonderful story. So thank you again, everyone, for coming. And I think we should do this again in a couple of years' time and celebrate the 225th anniversary. Thank you.
Not yet, not yet. Now we just have one small task. The Nelson Society have prepared some mementos, some gifts for those who've been extremely helpful, and I think Chris will be now presenting these.
First, I better come here. Sorry, thank you, Keith. Yes, the first presentation is to Your Excellency. If you'd come forward, we have a little memento for you.
I think I should be presenting you with a
Oh, that's okay. Your presence here is more than enough, I promise you. Thank you very much. Next, I have something for General Juurman, if you'd come forward.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Captain Tomacic, lovely to see you, and thank you for coming. Mr. Yamnik? Oh, there. Thank you. Thank you, sir. And last but not least, Janko, something for you. Thank you. Oh, sorry, Keith, there is just one other thing. Sorry, my apologies, there's always someone you forget. And I nearly forgot you, Keith. So we have a little something for you. Okay?
Thank you, thank you.
And you'll find something waiting for you on your return to England.
Oh,
okay?
thank you very much. Thank you. So now the quintet will retire, and the Guard of Honour will retire. But before and then we can go and have a glass of something. So just. I was interested what Raglan said, that Emma's grandfather, I think, said was a blacksmith.
Yes.
That I have to say that's really good, because my grandfather was a blacksmith. There's good training there somehow. Anyway, if we allow the honour guard to go, which way are they planning to go? Where's this? No. Which way? I hand over to the Sergeant Major. We're all terrified of her.
I'll stand out of the way as well. I'd like to get a photograph of Her Excellency, if that's okay.
Odprete vrata.